Farmer Dad joke warning coming. The tire's only flat on one side, kids. Good morning, beginning farmer friends. Today is a shopping day. It actually got cold last night. I mean, like 28 degrees, so it got below freezing. I've got a flat tire, obviously. I think I saw a spare tire in the shed here, so I am going to see if it has air in it. Look, everything's organized. I know exactly where it is. I'm gonna make sure that this is inflated. I'm gonna roll it over. I'm gonna find my electric impact and a jack. Then we're going shopping. I'll tell you more about the shopping trip in a second. Now we got 4 fully inflated tires. Let's go hook onto the stock trailer because we're going to be getting some 16 or some 18-foot long 4x6s. I haven't decided what size we're getting yet. I feel like that's something I should figure out soon. I just had a crazy thought as I was driving the truck and the trailer up here to the driveway. Remember how this truck bed is not exactly connected to the truck anymore? It's making me wonder, is the plate that attaches to the frame, is everything okay with that? I might check that before I leave. Well, the spare tire carrier looks totally rusted out, but that's okay because the cord that holds the spare tire is gone as well. The plate that holds the gooseneck hitch, it looks fine. The tires on this trailer, I got a new one the other day, they all look fine. I think we're ready to go shopping. I am not a great planner. I do not have like a drawn out design for this chicken wagon. It's all kind of up in my head, and as I've been driving up here to get the supplies today, I've kind of decided what I'm going to do. And what I've decided is I'm going to go with a 16-foot long by 10-foot wide structure on top of this wagon here. I'm going to do my floor with 2x4s. Then I'm going to have 3-foot sidewalls on the side, and the reason I'm doing the 3-foot sidewalls is because then I can put a piece of steel sideways on it and that will cover it completely. Then I think I am going to do the tarp. Now I'm not going to be able to do the tarp the way I want to right away. We might have to like have an in-between setup with the tarp with some cattle panels to start with, and then eventually transition it to what I showed on my last video, which is that stone barn design with the pipes and ordering the custom sized canvas tarp or whatever, plastic tarp, whatever you want to call it, and then ratcheting it down and all of that good stuff. I've got a plan, I've got an idea. It's time to go get supplies. All right, wish me and my pocketbook luck. This could get interesting or expensive. Things just got very serious. I just spent $527.96 on the lumber, and it's not even all the lumber I'm going to need. I've got a bunch of lumber at home that I can scavenge, but I needed this. It would just make it easier for me to get going. So we've got to go load up right now. Remember when you used to go to the lumber yard back in the day when I was a kid, and they had people that would come out and help you, and they would load up, and it would just be great fun. You would be talking to the lumberyard person. It's not like that anymore. I'm gonna have to go back there, I'm gonna have to find a cart, I'm gonna have to haul it all out myself, I'm gonna have to put it all in the trailer myself. Okay, this is gonna take a second, and then we've got at least one more stop. Something scary yet exciting. Okay, first we got to get the lumber. Not only is this lumber expensive, but it's junky. It is not even good lumber. Oh my goodness, it is so frustrating. The nice thing about taking the stock trailer though is you don't have to worry about stacking anything. You just toss it in, shut the gate. Couple 2x6x16s and 2x6x10s. Those are going to be the outside of my floor frame. I've got a whole bunch of 2x4x6. Those are going to be split in half for the sides. Now I need to get some 2x4x16 and some 2x4x10, and then the timbers. Double checking and triple checking my list here. I need to get 15 2x4x10, and now I need to get the 4x6x16s. This one's kind of shaped like a J. This one's just less of a J. Let's hope I got everything. I got everything loaded, and I'm looking over the list. $527.96 plus tax, I believe. And I gotta be completely honest, I loaded that all by myself by hand, and it did not feel anywhere close to $527.96 worth of lumber. This is gonna be an expensive chicken wagon, but I think it's going to be worth it. I think we're going to make the money back on it, so we're just gonna keep on. Okay, there's one last thing to do while we are in the big city. It's at this store right here. I don't know if it's a good idea. I think it's a good idea. I think it is a good idea. We're gonna go do it. I'll tell you about it in a second. I don't know if it was a good idea, but I've got 3 at least of these wagons to build, and we do a lot of projects on the farm. I got a nail gun, and I got a battery operated nail gun. I had the air operated nail gun in the shopping cart. I mean, I just got that new air compressor last fall, and I had the air operated one in the shopping cart when I was getting the lumber, and my wife called, and she had talked to her dad who does some construction, and he said he would get the battery operated one. It was my birthday a few weeks ago, or a week ago, I guess. So hopefully this is a birthday present. Oh, scary. On my drive home, I had a thought, and let me go show you what that thought is. It's about the lumber in the back of this. This is what I was thinking. I was thinking that I have owned vehicles that worked and drove me places that were worth the same amount of money as this lumber right here. Oh my goodness. That was an expensive trip to the big city, but now we have the wood to put on to this wagon gear. The only thing left to do is to put it on. I guess the very first thing we need to do is line up those 4x6s that are going to be the base, the foundation. Again, this is not going to be the model that I want to be able to make for all time, but it's going to be the best that I can do with this gear. I think that this is the way that I'm going to do it. I've got 2x4s right here. These are 10 footers, as you can see, going across, which means I'm going to have approximately 5 foot, between 4 and 5 foot sticking out on either side. I'm going to space these 1 foot apart all the way down the 16-foot length of this wagon. From there, I'm going to put a big 6-inch screw down each one of these 2x4s. That's going to be what attaches everything to the 2 main runners of the wagon. And I do think I'm going to put some 2x4s in here in this gap right here, so that when I have all that wire down, there's a little bit more support. Maybe we put those every 2 foot apart, maybe every foot apart. That way, when the chickens are walking through, it doesn't sink it down too much. When I'm walking through, I'm gonna have to make sure I'm walking on the 2x4s. But that way, all the droppings are gonna fall through. Of course, I need to drill some holes in these right here so that I can put in a bolt and attach the front end down. The back end already has some holes, so bolts just need to go in there. I think it's time to get the tape measure out, start making sure everything is lined up the way we want it. We have to make sure that we've got enough room in the tongue here, so when the tractor's backed up to it, I can make good corners, because it's going to be coming out 10 foot, so I might actually have to bump those back a little bit. That's why I went with 16 foot instead of 18 foot. I want to get these back bolts in, even though I don't have holes drilled up front. I want to get it solidified in the back. I only have a little bit of time. We actually have to go into robotics tonight, so I want to get things kind of set up so when I do have time, I can just come out and work. The nice thing is it's staying lighter longer each day now, because we are getting closer to spring. I think the first day of spring is actually this weekend, and I do have that big LED lamp, so I could work in the dark out here, because We're on a deadline, a pretty tight deadline. I don't have the right size bolts on hand, so I'm just gonna shove these through. I need to get some 7/16, and then I'll be able to bolt this down and drill the front. I don't want to drill the front until I've got the right size in here, because any sloppiness slipping around up there, that could cause some problem. What I'm gonna do now though is lay out those 10-footers and kind of make a game plan, my floorboards, make a game plan for getting that laid out, and then I've got to roll. I don't know, what do you think? Did I make a mistake trying to go 10 foot wide? There's about 41.5 inches of 2x4 sticking out on either side. There's not going to be a ton of weight on this, so I think, at least weight-wise, I can handle it. I want to hear your thoughts. This is kind of what it's going to look like, all right? What do you think? It looks pretty huge, all right? Can you see 325 chickens in there? Plus, there's going to be roosts coming down from the middle, and these Freedom Rangers, they do roost up. So I do think that 16 by 10 will be plenty big. Did I make a mistake though? Like I said, going 10 foot wide. Should I have stuck with 8 foot wide? I don't know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Put them in the comments down below. This is going to be the journey over the next few days, so I encourage you to follow along. If you like the video, like, thumbs up, subscribe. You can go through this building process with me. You can give me ideas if you've got ideas. I don't know. Wish us luck though. Robotics tomorrow. I guess by the time this video comes out, maybe robotics will be done for tomorrow. But either way, wish us luck.